Okay, it's live. That's no turning back now. Okay. Haven't streamed in a long time, so if anyone is actually hearing this, there is a little bit of delay on the stream from my end, then by all means, welcome to the stream, and I will try to make this as entertaining as possible here. So yeah, everything should be set up and good to go there. Ignore the little messages on the screen there. It should be working. Chat should be working. I'm going to do one more test. Chat is closed. Find another stream. Okay, well, let me go ahead and try to fix that. I'm not sure why the chat wouldn't be working. There you go. Now I'm seeing you guys. Okay, I just had to refresh the page. Hey, I'm going to be trying to get a Caparaja on this stream. Hello, Leafeon YT, and hello, Pokemon Nick. I'm going to go ahead and fix up the chat in the video. That way it's actually showing you guys on screen. It's been a long time since I've streamed, so I'm still trying to get everything working on the right page there. There we go. Now I'm seeing you guys. I appreciate that, thanks. Yeah, I would like to go ahead and start trying to get into similar content as far as those old videos are concerned, as well as new content like streaming and, you know, stuff like that as well. So, you know, just one step at a time, but we'll see where things go on that. I do apologize if there's quite a bit of a delay, but as soon as the comment pops up on that side of the screen, then everything should be okay. It's actually like below me, I guess. I don't know. Again, I'm trying here. Sorry about the makeshift template, but you know, it is kind of what it is at this point. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna be trying to get a Caparaja. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm gonna do the raid exploit thing to try and get that done, but I do kind of want one for my team. And I need one with its hidden ability, and I'm fairly sure they spawn in this raid. I appreciate that, thanks. And I'm glad to hear that I helped inspire you to make a YouTube channel. That's actually very, very flattering. I appreciate that, and I'm glad to see that you know, you got your channel kicked off. Really, I am. All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of start getting into everything there. I'm a little awkward, so you know, like I said, still trying to get into the swing of things with this. Alright, so I actually need to change the text option real quick. Probably should have done this before setting up the stream. But yeah, and as soon as I get one, I guess that's going to be kind of the end of the stream. But yeah, we'll see where things go. If I can get a Gigantamax one, great, but it's not really important. I just need one with its hidden ability. Thanks, I appreciate that. I will definitely... I hope there's good luck here too as well. Like I said, pretty awkward, but I'm going to try to make this less awkward as things go on. Alright, so that should do it. I'm going to save one more time. I'm not sure if I saved the slow text. So let's see how things go here. So the raid exploit, if you don't know, it's basically just keep resetting the game until you see a purple light there, because you see the light before it actually saves. So if you keep resetting the game, then eventually you'll get a purple light and you can reset it further from there. It's a little weird how the exploit works, but yeah, I'm going to keep doing that because it's just the easiest way to farm for practically anything, really. So yeah, it's going to keep trying that, so it's going to be keep a bunch of reloading for a while. Hopefully not, you know, hopefully it's not too tedious or too boring, but we shall see. Actually, that was purple. Wow, that was actually very fast. It is a Stunfisk though, so I'm going to need to go ahead and save again. I'm going to change the text speed to fast just because I do not like it on slow. So now, this is the point where you just kind of keep resetting the date, and the date resetting is very, very simple. You just go into the raid and then kind of just change the date on it. And this kind of makes the game think that an entire day has passed, so it changes the Pokemon in the raid itself. That's not what I wanted. It's going to keep doing this until we eventually get a Caparaja. Too soon, too soon. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Still trying to get into the swing of things with streaming, so hope you enjoy it. Looking for a Copper Raja, as I've said in the past, but you just got here, so, you know, also the video title says it. I'm awkward. I'm awkward. Hey, a Duraludon, that's not too bad. It's not Gigantamax, though. If I get a Gigantamax Duraludon, which I don't actually think is in this den, then I'll go ahead and try for that. I actually really want one of those. But it's not a Gigantamax one, so I'm just going to keep looking for a Copper Raja. Maybe I could try for one of those if I end up finding one pretty quick here. Yeah, but a purple light on the second... I didn't even reset it a second time, just a purple light came pretty quick. That's actually the quickest it's ever arrived for me. I've done this exploit a few times, but I haven't really gotten too much good luck with it. It's actually the luckiest I've been. How are you guys doing? You guys doing okay? I try to respond to you guys if you comment, but to get a Gigantamax Duraludon, it's in a specific den, so you've got to find the right den for it. I don't think it's in this one. I think, if anything, there's Gigantamax Copper Raja, which I'm trying to get a Copper Raja, but again, Gigantamax, that's give or take, really. But yeah, you just gotta find the right den for it. I'm not sure which den it's in, but Sarah B should know that instead. That's actually a good team. That's actually a pretty good team. I love Toxtricity. Grimmsnarl is pretty cool, and Corviknight is a Pokemon I wanted to use on my main team, but I ended up going with something else instead. I used it in my Shield playthrough, though. Alright, so let's go ahead and just keep resetting this until we end up getting what we want here. Oh, you haven't played it yet? I think you'll enjoy playing through it for the first time. It's at least more enjoyable than running through Sun and Moon, in my opinion. It's still got some issues. Don't get me wrong, this game is honestly about a solid 5 out of 10 for me. For every one thing I like about the game, there's another thing I don't. But playing through the story or campaign or, you know, anything like that, I guess campaign's the right word for it, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't a terrible experience. Now the story itself, that's once you get to the end of it, it just kind of falls apart, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Gonna keep moving the date up until we end up getting what I keep doing that. I should probably just keep pressing home rather than actually going over to it. Speaking of, I can't wait for home to come out. Yeah, I almost did the same with my playthrough as well. I did a lot of raids and everything, and I nearly just leveled too high as far as that's concerned. I did use some candies at one point during the story, but that was just too I was underleveled at one point. I was around the 3rd gym leader. I'm not exactly sure how I was underleveled, but I was. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Can't really complain. A bit busy as far as the holiday season is concerned, so you know, there's that. But can't complain. Can't complain too much at all. Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's not a bad team either. I've never used Togedemaru. It's got an interesting typing, but that's about all I really saw in it, to be honest. It's not my favorite Pokemon, but it seems interesting, as far as the Pikachu clones go, anyway. I should probably change the year. Not sure on that. Yeah, but this raid exploit is interesting, to say the least. I mean, I'm glad that something exists to make these things a little easier to find, but at the same vein, it's like, it really does feel like cheating. Oh, so you managed to get a Gigantamax Lapras. I fought a couple of those, and I haven't been able to catch them, unfortunately. That's fair, to be honest. Gyarados is actually pretty good against him. As it is, honestly, Stealth Rock will just kind of eat away at his last Pokemon, so it's actually, you know, he wasn't bad as far as his team goes, to be honest with you. I still don't like him though. Just in general, I don't like Leon too much. He's a little too narcissistic, I guess. He really thinks highly of himself and has no sense of humility, and I just don't like his character design too much. After you complete the game, then he gets a much better design, but yeah. I think Lapras is pretty late into the game. If I'm not mistaken, you have to get at least past I think it was the 7th gym leader, I think. Not 100% certain on that, though. I never really actually tried to go for one on my Shield playthrough, and since it is Shield exclusive, then I just, I never really went too far into it as far as that. But, yeah, I think it's after you actually fight the 7th gym leader. That, or it's after you beat the game. A lot of these are just after you beat the game, to be honest. Alright, so I'm just not getting lucky here. But we shall see. We shall finally get it, and when we do, it will probably not have its hidden ability, but, if that's the case, then we'll just keep resetting for it. Should actually probably turn auto-saving off, now that I'm thinking about it. That way, if it doesn't have its hidden ability, then I can just kind of turn off the game and... Where is auto-saving? Auto-saving. Oh yeah, speaking of, if the game itself is a little loud or anything like that, let me know. If it's too quiet, then I can adjust the audio settings for you guys. Oh, that's nice, yeah. I was actually wondering about how, like, for example, if you failed catching the Pokemon, can you just turn the game off and then restart it? I was actually wondering about that. That'd be kind of interesting, because as far as that is concerned, shiny Pokemon are set at the beginning of the raid, so if you find a shiny one, then you can just keep resetting it until you eventually catch it. But I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure actually when the save goes through. That's kind of the thing. Hop's okay. I don't think he's a terrible character. I think there are much better characters in the franchise, and honestly, he spends a lot of the game kind of stroking the player's ego or riding the coattails of his brother. But he gets better after, after you beat the game, the post-game story, that kind of thing. It just kind of takes him a while to get to a point where I was like, okay, he's a decent character. I do like the battle tower as well. I honestly prefer the tier system more than I actually like the gauntlet system of the past games. The only issue with that is that you're rewarded less battle points once you've finished every single thing, because you only get 2 per win. So that's a little bit of a downside to it, and that's the only way to actually make battle points in the game. So once you hit that point, just getting specific things like nature mints, that kind of thing, it kind of becomes a bit of a hassle. Honestly, unless it's Go, like, I get a lot of shinies in Pokemon Go, but I generally have terrible shiny luck as well. I found 3. The first one was my Dragapult, which I actually did try for. And the second one, which I actually got lucky with, actually. I only had to hatch about 2.5 boxes, I believe. So that one didn't actually take too long. My Corsola, on the other hand, I'm not even sure why I tried for a shiny Corsola, to be honest with you. But I just kind of kept going, and it took over 22 boxes just to get that one. My Whimsicott, though, that one I actually did get lucky with. I wasn't intending to shiny hunt for that one, but it just kind of popped out of an egg. So I was like, okay, why not? The Battle Tower theme is fantastic. Honestly, it really is. I've never played Undertale, ever. But I gotta admit, Toby Fox is a great composer. He really is. Yeah, Go's a little weird. So I've been really lucky with shinies, but I don't play it too often. Like, I used to ride a bus to work all the time, and that was about a 2-hour bus ride. And that's where most of mine came from. But then I kind of just stopped playing it altogether once I stopped taking the bus everywhere. And then from there, I just haven't really found too much. I did hatch a shiny Aerodactyl, though. I was really looking forward to moving all those Pokemon over to, you know, Sword and Shield once they release, but the dex cuts and all that, unfortunately. Oh, nice. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, I've found most of my shinies with full odds. I don't think I've participated in too many community days. As it is, I missed the last one. Unfortunately, I was. Oh nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh no. Okay. Well, just gonna close that out. I'm going to restart it because I did not mean to press start. I am not waiting that 2 minutes for all of that to go down. Roserade is actually pretty good. I've never actually really used it on a story team, unfortunately. And I think that's mainly just because the options I had during each game it's in, I liked better than Roserade. But I actually just caught a Roserade in this game. I just found one wandering around in the wild area. So it was kind of interesting. It was kind of weird to see. Alright, so let me go ahead and just... Right, I am changing the dates. Roserade's a good Pokemon, though. I honestly feel like that out of all the games that introduced new evolutions, I think Sinnoh did it right. So I kind of hope that eventually they'll go back to introducing new things for the evolutionary lines. But it's honestly been a long time. This was before I changed the text speed back to fast and turned off autosaving. Go ahead and do that. I did not save those settings. Let's save the game real quick. But yeah, I guess it's just going to be reset until eventually one side is going to show its head. Pretty sure they're in this den. Pretty sure. Let me check the stream real quick. Yeah, okay. Everything seems okay on the stream. Let me know if there's any issues with the stream, because I'm kind of using my second monitor as my for the Switch, so I can't actually check on the stream and OBS at the same time. So if you're experiencing any issues with the stream, let me know and I'll see what I can do to get them fixed up. Yeah, they really did. I honestly, Gen 3 and 4 are my two favorite ones, with Gen 3 just barely passing Gen 4. I'm really looking forward to the Sinnoh remakes, but I'm not gonna lie, I really hope that they, just decide to add all the Pokemon back into the game at that point as well, because it kind of suck if Sinnoh had that controversy attached to it as well. I mean, I know they said they weren't going to, but I'm kind of expecting them to at some point, just to use as a marketing ploy, if anything. I get where you're coming from on that. Jolteon's pretty good. I would use, honestly, out of the Eevee evolutions, my top 3 are Espeon, of course, Vaporeon, and Leafeon. Those would be my 3 favorite ones, and I fully get where you're coming from on that. If my favorite's in the game, I have to go with it. I do. Every game Lucario's in, I have to use it. Thankfully, as far as EVs are concerned, I don't think they'll ever be cut out of a game. There's just so many of them, and it's kind of a second mascot now. They're really trying to push that. So yeah, I don't think Eevee is ever going to be cut from the game. Gen 5 was amazing. I didn't give Gen 5 much credit when I first started. I played through them and I just wasn't really impressed, unfortunately. But then I went back and played them, and I paid more attention to things rather than just kind of mashing the A button like I normally did through the other games. And I enjoyed Gen 5. Gen 5 is easily in my top 3. I really wish we'd get more stories and characters and things like that with Gen 5. And as it is, Gen 5 really did the, or at least Black and White anyway, did the whole focus on the new Pokemon thing better. Because, you know, you only had the Unova Pokemon to work with throughout the course of the main story there. So I thought that was a good change of pace. And Heart Gold and Soul Silver are honestly the best remakes ever. I'll give Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire a little bit of credit, but not too much. I feel like those were more centered around nostalgia than anything. And Fire and Leaf Green, I really didn't care for them too much. Like, don't get me wrong, they weren't bad, but they were essentially just, you know, they didn't do too much new, if that makes any sense. They were kind of just red and blue on modern hardware, modern at the time, anyway. I like the Sevi Islands, though. Those were fun. I really wish that Let's Go added the Sevi Islands back into them. But, Let's Go was Let's Go. They weren't bad, but they were okay. One of these days it will pop up, and then I will finally be able to catch it. As it is, we've already gone on about a month here, and still no Caparajos. I'm sure there was better dens to choose from, but this is the first one I saw. Probably with some better chances. But I have seen a Caparaja in this... Oh, wait, there we go. It's a Gigantamax one too. Alright, so that's fantastic. Okay, so let me go ahead and save real quick. And I'm actually going to go online. So that way I can have a little bit of help, because let's face it, the AI for raid battles is absolutely terrible. Exactly, that's why I think Black and White honestly told the best story. Gen 5 as a whole, they told the best story, but I feel like they're too underrated. I mean, I understand where people are coming from with it, because, like, you couldn't use old Pokemon, they really kind of forced the new ones on you. But I guess after I got used to the quote-unquote new Pokemon for Gen 5, then I really didn't care as much. I actually like a lot of Pokemon from Gen 5 now, like Galvantula, Excadrill, God, what are some other ones? Cobalion? I like Cobalion. I'm not going to use it during a story team, but... yeah. Alright, so we got one person. I'm going to try to get 2 more. I figured this would fill up a little quicker. A lot of the Gigantamax raids tend to fill up pretty quick there. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Can't really complain. Trying to get back into streaming now that I'm not in my previous place anymore. Alright, so we got 3 people, just need 1 more, and we're all set. I'm going to try to catch this in a heavy ball. So if it doesn't work, I'm going to, or if it pops out, I'm going to shut off the game and try to fight it again. So we shall see. Because there's like a 20% chance, I believe, to catch a Gigantamax Pokemon. Yeah, I believe it's a 20% chance if you're the host. I think it's like a 3% chance if you're a visitor. Alright, so I'm gonna give it about, I'm just gonna give it the next 20 seconds here, and if no one joins in, then I'll just go for it. It was, I mean, I guess technically at that point, N was the champion, because he beat the champion, but he didn't really take the title of champion. So it's a little weird. N is one of those characters where I can't tell exactly what his role is, because he's kind of a rival, but he's also the villain, but he's also the champion, but he's also he's kind of just all over the place as far as his role is concerned. But yeah, no, that's, you can't even see it over its trunk. Alright, so who's the AI opponent? Or AI ally? Snorlax, okay. That's not too bad. I honestly really like Copperash's design. It's so boxy and funny. Good morning, how you doing? Alright, it's got 5 shields, that's not too bad. Good to hear. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, that's true. N is weird. Like, I really like his character. He's probably the most in-depth character in the entire franchise, but his position is weird, because he's not exactly a bad guy, but he's not exactly your rival, and he's not the champion, so he's just kind of there trying to do good. But I mean, he was the antagonist, obviously, but then Getsus was the primary antagonist. That's what I liked about Black and White. You didn't really know where everything was, and it also focused a lot on the player's role in it as well. So like at one point you are the single most important person, which is something a lot of the other games didn't really do. I mean, you could, like, for example, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or just Ruby and Sapphire, or Diamond and Pearl, you could replace the main character with literally any strong trainer, and then that would be that. But in Black and White, that's not really the case. Like, you were chosen by the legend for its own reasons and everything, through your experiences and whatnot. So yeah, I liked Black and White. That's about what I'm saying here. I appreciate that. I hope to one day get back into things like hacking. I was really hoping to finally look into something like that with Generation 8, but then the whole Pokédex controversy came along and kind of soiled that, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe one day I can get back into that. A lot of people have been doing a lot of things with hacking on the Switch, so, I mean, people have added entire Digimon to the game. Where was that kind of model editing with Gen 7? That's what I want to know. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I might end up buying an entirely new Switch just to do some hacking stuff on, leave this one for legitimate stuff, and then eventually branch back into some hack battles and those kinds of things. Because as it is, I don't even know how to do online battles with you guys with this game, just because everything is clearly displayed on the screen. Yeah, I could improvise the teams a bit, but still, it feels a little empty and weird to do it without all the Pokemon. I could improvise things and whatnot, but yeah, we'll see. I gotta end up getting an entirely new Switch before any of that anyway, just so I can hack it without having to worry about getting banned online or anything. I'm a little too cautious about that. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna try to catch it in a heavy ball. I really want it in a heavy ball for some reason, and if it pops out, then I will turn off the game and try to catch it again. So hopefully it stays in the ball. I also want to try to catch a Gigantamax Duraludon in a heavy ball, but I've got to get another heavy ball before that. Come on, just stay in the ball. Also, it needs to have its hidden ability. Okay, it stayed in the ball. That's good. It's very good. Finally got what I needed, and it actually hasn't even been an hour. So let's check on its hidden ability. If it has heavy metal, great. If it doesn't, that's an issue. How have I not caught a Caparaja? Could have sworn I did. Sheer Force. That was it. It doesn't have light or the other one. Okay, so I will need to go ahead and try to keep farming for it, because unfortunately Sheer Force is not what I'm looking for. It does have heavy metal, right? I am thinking of the right Pokemon. Let me just take a look here, because I know Duraludon also has something similar, so make sure on that. Yes, I need the hidden ability. So, no hidden ability yet. Going to just close that out. Try to find another one. The favorite White 2 hack that I did. That is a good question, because there are a lot of good ones. There were a lot of good ones. They were all actually good. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I really hated any of them. Even the ones with battle styles I really don't like too much, like rotation battles. I have never really been a big fan of those. But, okay, good. It did stay. But even then, I still enjoyed all of them. But if I had to choose a favorite, God, I don't think I can, to be honest with you. Like, I remember a lot of them. I don't want to use my own as the answer, so that's the thing. Like, I enjoyed the ones against Edric, for example. I really enjoyed putting my characters out there a little bit, trying to, you know, show them off a little more, and kind of, because I do have, you know, this stupid little story in my head and everything like that, so, you know, we'll see how far that goes. If anything, it's probably not going to go anywhere, but, you know. So I liked the ones against my own characters. I liked the ones against some of my friends as well. I did like the ones in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire against my friends, where we all replaced the Elite Four members. But yeah, I don't really think I have a true favorite. Sorry. Yeah, that one I really liked, because a lot went into that one. I talked a lot with my friends about, you know, creating the perfect team for him. His design was kind of a collaborative effort as well. I know he's just, the sprite itself kind of makes him look a little too much like blue and silver combined, but it's not really what I was shooting for, but it's kind of how it came out. But yeah, I like his design. I like the team we all chose for him and everything. There's a lot behind that one, so I think if I had to choose, I guess that one would be my favorite. I know it's a little biased to choose something like that rather than one of the other subscribers I had, but I think that does it. Yeah. See, eventually I might just look back on doing stuff for Black 2 and White 2, because I did enjoy those games. I really did. And the hacking has gone... It's come pretty far from the last time I did it. I don't remember any of it, so I'll have to relearn everything, but maybe eventually I'll look back into something like that. Although Generation 8, though, as much as it's a controversy, the hacking for it has really gone a long way. Like, if you're able to just add entirely new models to the game, and it looks like they were using standard animations for the Pokemon, but they still fit well, that's the thing. Am I going to make a Pokemon game? No. Probably never going to do that, unfortunately. I would love to. Really, I would. I just don't have the skill for it. I also don't have the... Like, I have ideas for things like that. I mean, obviously everyone does, but I don't have the skill for it, unfortunately. Overall, I don't have the time for it either. I spend a lot of time working, and a lot of time trying to get my channel moving forward, so maybe one day if I can get my life in order, then maybe. We'll see. But it's gonna be a long time before that. Nope, I need to get back in there. But yeah, I would love to make a Pokemon game though. Again, I don't have the resources for it, and I would like to do it on more modern hardware. Like, honestly, if anything, I would like to do it on a Gen 6's engine at the very least. Maybe not Gen 7's, because Gen 7 is a little more difficult to work with as far as all the models and everything with characters. But Gen 6 might be good. If I can ever get the time to look into that a little harder, then maybe. We'll see. But yeah, now it's just another waiting game. Finally found one. It did not have its hidden ability, so just another waiting game. The problem is I talk too much at times, and then I don't talk at all other times, so sorry about that. Trying to keep it as interesting as possible, but I'm not used to this, so keeping a long-running conversation going is a little difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really the best at starting conversations. I'm very good at ending them, and that's not a good thing. Yeah, exactly. Like I've been looking further into making things like, you know, a full-fledged game, and there's one DS fan game that I've actually seen in production. Like, at the very, very least, I would love to make something on Gen 4's engine, or Gen 6's at the most. But the tools and everything for that require a significant amount more effort. There is one person I've seen actually making a game for on the Gen 4 engine, and it actually looks pretty good. It's Light Platinum. I believe that was already a Game Boy Advance game and everything, but he's moving it all over to the Gen 4 engine, and it actually looks fantastic. I'm actually looking forward to seeing that completed whenever it is, and I would love to play through it as well. I've never played Light Platinum, but I'm gonna try to wait for this new version he's making. And we are almost done with January. Can go into February here soon. See, this is one of the issues that I have with Gigantamax Pokemon in general, is that they're hard to find. I mean, even then, I mean, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess you can't find a non-Gigantamax version in this den. So I could always swap to a different den, I guess, but I'm already here. I've already got the purple one open, so I might as well just keep going for it. But the Gigantamax Pokemon have such a low spawn rate. I would love it if they had just a slightly higher spawn rate too, and I mean, that really wouldn't be too much of an issue if the YCOM wasn't so bad of a concept. Like, it's honestly a worse player search system from Gen 6. It's just kind of, like, it doesn't update all the time. Like, you'll see a raid, right? And then the raid will be closed, even though you just got the notification for it. So that raid just kind of lingers in the YCOM for a while, and it just, it's not a good system. Oh, really? I actually haven't heard about that one. I'm actually going to go ahead and give that one a look. That sounds actually very interesting. See, the thing is, I love Generation 3, I really do, but then I look at all the other engines after it, like Diamond and Pearls, or, well, maybe not Diamond and Pearls. Diamond and Pearls was slow. Heart Gold and Soul Silvers, I guess. I mean, they're all the same engine moving forward, but they have little differences. But I like the DS games visually and aesthetically more than I like the Gen 3 games, if that makes any sense. Hoenn is still my favorite out of all of them, but yeah, if I were to ever make a game, I would want it to be on something a little more. So I would love for it to at least be on Gen 4's engine, but if I ever need to make a middle ground, it'll be Gen 5's. Pokemon Orange, okay. Hey Gio, how's it going? I'm doing alright, frankly. Just trying to find an elephant. I have found one, and it did not have its hidden ability. So I have resetted it. Trying to find another one, unfortunately. So, oh, my bad. I do need one with its hidden ability, because Sheer Force is okay. Honestly, it's not a bad ability at all. But what I'm planning to do with this one is mainly just, you know, counter Trick Room teams, and a lot of Trick Room teams run Fairy types. So I would like for Heavy Slam to do more damage, and Heavy Metal increases the weight, which allows Heavy Slam to do more damage. So that's really the main reason I'm going for Copperajah, is to counter Trick Room a little bit. Because I love my team, I really do, but Trick Room's an issue. I only ever lose to Trick Room teams with it. Gen 5's honestly, like, it doesn't get the credit it deserves, in my opinion. Like, a lot of people hate Gen 5, and they use, like, Pokemon like Garbodor and Vanillux, which I agree are not great designs, in my opinion. But they kind of use that as, like, oh, Pokemon's run out of ideas and blah, 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 which, yes, an ice cream cone is genuinely a stupid idea. Not, full stop, I don't like Vanillux at all. But I think the region gets a little more hate than it should for that. But yeah, Gen 5's good. I like Gen 5. We just need to find one more elephant. Hopefully just one more elephant. And we will see if that works out. The other Pokemon I might do this with eventually, I'm not sure when the next stream will be, but I might try to do it with with Duraludon, because I do want a Gigantamax version of that, and I haven't been able to catch one. I've fought 3 of them, I think, and I haven't been able to catch one of them. I like Steel types. Honestly, my favorite typing is Steel type, and I guess that's mainly due to Lucario being my favorite Pokemon, Steven being my favorite champion, you know, all of it just kind of adds up to that kind of thing. But yeah, steel types, if there's a good steel type, I will definitely try to go for it. I don't like some steel types though. Like, steel is a very weird one. Either they look really cool, or they just kind of look really bad. Like, I don't like Magneton too much. I think Magnezone is okay. Like, Gen 4 fixed the Magneton line, or Magnemite line, in my opinion, just by adding Magnezone to the list. So I do like that one. I don't really think there's a steel type that I hate the design for. Like, even weird ones like Celesteela, I like that one too. Yeah, no, that's fair, to be honest, Gio. It's one of those games where it's got such a bad rep that it's one of those things that it's like I didn't really want to play it at first. Then I played through it. I enjoyed my time with it, and I'm still enjoying my time with it, but it still has all that bad controversy with it. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense though. Um, yeah, the EVs in general, I've been wanting to catch all of them, or get all of them anyway. Thankfully, you can actually just find them just walking around the wild areas sometimes in a very specific spot, depending on the weather. And I managed to get a Sylveon that way, so yeah, may end up using that, but we shall see. Hey Ben, how's it going? This is turning out to be a lot more time consuming than I expected it to be. Not that it's an overly bad thing, but still. Yeah, and I do want to point out the stream template thing. That's not finalized. I don't have one set up, and I woke up and decided why not start streaming. Just kind of throw one out there real quick, because I would like to do more streams like this in the future. And as it is, I had to dig my webcam out of a drawer, so you know, I didn't have anything set up for it at the beginning of today. I keep looking over here because this is where the chat is, but the webcam's here, so I'm trying to look at it that more. But yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Honestly, though, I would recommend playing this one. It's, despite all the controversies and the issues it has, like, you know, the wild area in general just kind of looking terrible. It was a decent game. I enjoyed my time running through it. I enjoyed my time with the online battles too. Dynamaxing is stupidly broken, so there's that. As it is, the whole justified combo wouldn't really work with Lucario in this game if the Dynamaxing didn't exist, and that is just because it makes it more tanky. Oh, nice. So we're passing your birthday then. The Haina Desert. It sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't remember all the locations for these games, assuming it's in the game. I don't know. It sounds vaguely familiar. And one thing, speaking of fan games, I know that was a while ago, but speaking of them, I would like to go back to playing Insurgents. Haven't streamed that in well over a year, but I figured, you know, this is a good place to start. My favorite character in this game? That's a tough question. Honestly, I like a couple of them, but there are also others I don't like. The Sword and Shield duo, despite how ridiculous they look, they're actually pretty funny. They actually are some pretty... They're okay. They're not too bad characters. If I had to choose a favorite, though, I guess Piers or Raihan. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name, but I love Raihan's energy, honestly. Like, I was battling him, and he's the first double battle gym leader since Gen 3. Like, honestly, that's fantastic. I mean, I know we had Gen 3 remakes in Gen 6, but that doesn't count. But it was so nice to go against someone who had that kind of a team, and he had a weather-based team, and he had so much energy about him. I actually think he's my favorite character in this game. Same thing with mine. Mine's all the way in November, so if we're getting to November there, why are you communicating? What are you doing? I'm offline. What are you... Okay, so something happened. I'm not 100% sure what. Okay. That was weird. Not sure why it tried to communicate so hard, but oh well. Yeah, that's another thing I like about him, is that he's like, Leon's a narcissist, right? And I don't like him because of that. But Raihan's a narcissist in the funniest way possible. Like, he stops during his Dynamax animation to take a selfie. That's so dumb, but I love it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I love Piers. Now, a character I don't like pretty much at all, and it's going to be a bit of a hot take, is Marnie. And that is because she's just kind of one-dimensional. Like, sometimes she'll just kind of run from behind a corner and say, hey, I want to battle you. Then lose, and she's like, oh no, I lost, and then walks away. Like, honestly, that wouldn't even be too bad. She was just, another gym challenger. But then you had Team Yell being rabid fans of hers, so I expected a little more from her. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Marnie's the weakest character in the game, to be honest. In terms of actual character, not, like, team or anything. I guess so. I'm really not sure why it took so long to communicate there. Yeah, but it is taking forever to find another one. I didn't hate Team Yell. I thought it was a nice change of pace. Like, Team Skull, honestly, they weren't the bad guys. Honestly, they were just outcasts of society, which was a good change from everything, but they were still kind of, bad guys. But Team Yell really wasn't. They were just wanting to, I guess, cheer on Marnie, which, again, I don't really see why you'd want to cheer on Marnie. She doesn't really have that much going for her, other than, all the fan artists. But still, I mean, I figured Team Yell was actually pretty good, especially towards the end of the game, where they actually kind of, helped you out there a little bit. I thought that was kind of cool. We need more teams like that, or rather just, a little more, something that's a little more change of pace every now and again. I thought Team Yell was fine. I didn't actually think there was anything wrong with them, but it's just Marnie that was kind of the issue for me. I wouldn't call Macrocosmos evil. I mean, they were the primary antagonists for the game, but evil's it's a little bit of a stretch. But that's the thing about all these evil, quote-unquote evil organizations, is that they usually have some good meaning behind them. Or at least nowadays they do. Like... No, okay, I'm thinking of a few. And the ones that really come to mind are Team Aqua and Magma, who did have some good environmental intentions behind them, despite doing it in the worst way possible. Rose tried to do something good, but he literally just needed to wait one day. See, that's my whole problem with Rose, is that Leon said, look, I'll help you out, but you gotta wait one day. He could have waited one day. That's That's I don't know. It's just that's the driving force for his character is not waiting one day, and that's just not a good driving force in my opinion. That's true. Yeah, I couldn't have phrased that better myself. I sometimes forget what I'm doing. Like, I've just been kind of running through the motions here, and I just kind of forget that, oh yeah, I've got to stop and go back to the menu. Because when my brain finally checks back in, it just kind of is like, eh. My favorite champion is Steven. He's just my favorite champion. He's one of the reasons I like Gen 3 so much. And he's also the best steel type user in the franchise, which, you know, that's my favorite type. There's a lot going into why I like Steven. I like his theme, I like his character, I like his character design, I like his team, I like his type specialty. I also just like the fact that he's kind of an archaeologist who, I mean, he's not really an archaeologist, that's not really it, but he likes rare stones and he digs them up and stuff like that. So he's got a lot going for him. He's honestly one of my favorite characters. Followed closely by Cynthia. I do like Cynthia quite a bit. I would kind of agree with that with Team Galactic, but yeah, they tried to delete the world, kind of. They tried to destroy our world, or, you know, the world, by making a new world. You know, it's a little, that's kind of a gray area. He wanted to do something good, though, so yeah, you're right. Hey, I'm like Steven. There's a lot of reasons I like Steven. As specifically with Gen 3 being being my favorite region, he goes a lot into one of the reasons why I like Gen 3 so much. He was also the first champion who really kind of did something. Like, I know Lance did something in Gen 2, because he was kind of there during the whole Team Rocket thing, but he really kind of wasn't as well. I mean, Steven didn't do much for the plots, that's granted, but he had a presence, and I liked his presence. Yeah, no, Zacian, I legitimately don't know how to pronounce that one's name, because it's apparently, like, based on cyan, the color, but it looks like Zacian. I don't know how to pronounce that one. I'm going to wait for the anime before finalizing on the name on that one. But yeah, that one's pretty good, not going to lie. It kind of outshines Zamazenta, in my opinion. Oh, nice. Yeah, Steel type is probably one of the best types in the franchise, in my opinion, if not the best type. I would like Ice. I really would. But it just isn't, it's not a good typing in general. I wish Ice were better, but it just doesn't affect much. It can't really take hits. I mean, there are some tanky Ice types and everything, and, like, there's some powerful ones now with Galarian and Darmanitan, but, you know, it just kind of is what it is. Steel, though, and I think fighting is my second favorite type. Do you want to see my Pebble collection? Electric's a good type. Honestly, I wish there were more electric types that I liked, but it's kind of a weird one, because there's a lot of electric types, right? But I don't like the majority of them. And now Toxtricity is honestly one of my favorites now. Like, full stop on Toxtricity. That one's fantastic. I also like Galvantula. Those are the first two electric types that I really like that come to mind. A dream team. That's a little tough. I've never actually put together something like that. I guess I could just go with some of my favorites. So I mean, like, I guess to name off a couple of favorites, I like Lucario a lot. Obviously, that's my favorite Pokemon. Espeon would definitely be on there. Maybe Blaziken. That's my favorite starter. Aside from that, honestly not sure. I've been testing out new Pokemon. I've been liking a lot of new Pokemon that I've been using. Like Whimsicott, for example. I would never touch Whimsicott with a 10-foot pole, but I ran across someone online who did the whole justified beat up thing, and it reminded me, oh yeah, that was a combo. And I did what any person seeing their favorite Pokemon be good again would do. I stole it. So, you know, it is what it is. That's fair, to be honest. Like, honestly, I love the design for Galarian Darmanitan, despite how broken it is, and Zen mode in particular is fantastic, but I like a lot of ice types. Frostmoth, for example, that one's a fairly new one. I like that one quite a bit. I like Galarian Darmanitan. I love Sandslash's redesign, I really do, and I liked Sandslash to begin with. It's one of my favorite Pokemon from Kanto. But it also has steel wrapped onto it as well, which is, you know, that's right up my alley. I feel like there's more that really aren't coming to mind right now. I like Glalie and Frostlass, and I used to not like Glaceon too much, but now it's okay. I don't really hate it too much. But yeah, that's about all the ones that really come to my head, like right off the top of my head, that I like. I think others are okay. Like, they're not bad, they're just kind of okay. Abomasnow, for example, I liked it when it could Mega Evolve. Now it can't, and that's, you know, very upsetting. I'm more upset about Mega Evolution being cut from the game than I am the actual full Pokedex. I know that's kind of backwards thinking, but there's so many Pokemon in the game that can already Mega Evolve. Why not add the others to the... Why not just add the Keystones and everything to the game? I mean, it's not like they did the whole Mega Evolution animation anymore anyway. Yeah, I was really sad to see Metagross was, you know, cut from the game. Like, I mean, if they really were cutting Pokemon based on the whole quote-unquote balance thing, then I get it. Metagross is used a lot, so is Pokemon like Heatran, but the balance really is off in this game, especially with Dynamaxing being a thing. So, I don't really believe that they cut them for balancing and the animations and all that. Honestly, they're lying through their teeth, obviously. That's about all there really is to it. I mean, and I think that cutting Pokemon would be a little more understandable if they didn't use animations and balance as an excuse for it, because obviously that didn't really happen. None of the Pokemon stats got changed. There's not really any balance to be worked with. And on top of that, Dynamaxing is just stupidly broken. Yeah, exactly. Like, Mega Evolution is honestly what I feel like they should have done is just focused on Mega Evolutions for the next couple of generations after, you know, Gen 6. Like, I didn't hate Z moves, but I didn't like them too much either. Like, if you put Z moves or Mega Evolution in front of me, I'm going to choose Mega Evolution every time. Likewise, in my honest opinion, Mega Evolution actually fit the, you know, the overall theme of the game, I guess, because it embraces the evolution aspect that, you know, Pokemon focuses on. Z moves were just powerful moves. There were nukes or giant stat boosts, and Gigantamaxing is just big Pokemon. It's just kind of all over the place. Yeah, that would have been cool. And honestly, I think one thing that would have been cool is to give Rose Metagross, because, like, I know it's a very, very vague Hoenn reference, but, like, Oleana had Milotic. I mean, it would have been if they did this, but Oleana had Milotic, and they could have given Rose a Metagross because it fit his Steel-type team and everything, but they didn't because they cut it from the game. I think that would have been kind of cool, to be honest with you. But, I'm a sucker for Hoenn references. Save myself a day there. We are in March now. Hey Shadow, how you doing? I thought Z moves were okay. I just thought that, like, outside of them being just big nukes, they had those stat boost effects and everything as well, and it just kind of complicated things a little bit. I mean, that was fine. I think the Z power moves were okay, but still, it kind of complicated things a little bit. They weren't bad though, and I really hope that the next generation they really just don't add a new gimmick. They just kind of focus on their previous ones, balance out Dynamaxing a little more, maybe change some of the stats on the Mega Evolutions to make them a little more balanced. Z moves, honestly, I think they could about stay where they are, maybe with a couple of small balance changes there. But, I hope that they kind of don't add another gimmick. Like, the gimmicks are fine. I know people use gimmick in a very negative way, but like Mega Evolution, for example, I thought that was a great gimmick. But, not a problem. I remember you. You comment on my videos a lot. Well, I'm planning on streaming for a while here. I know it's only been a little over an hour, and time has actually flown by pretty quick here. But I may try to do something else as well. But again, we will see. We will see. I'm getting a lot of Stunfisks. Galarian Stunfisk was interesting to me, honestly, because one, it's a weird Pokemon to give a Galarian form to, and another is that it became a Steel type. If they change a Pokemon to Steel type, it will interest me, but they did it to Stunfisk, so I like its design though. It's designed like a bear trap. That's honestly pretty cool. See you later, Ben. Hope to see you again when, assuming the stream's not over at that point. And welcome back, Leafeon. How you doing? See, I forgot what I was doing again. I am just all over the place. Yeah, to be honest, I feel like if any Pokemon should have made it back into the game, it really should have been just all the starters. Even if just for the fact that they're starters. It really kind of upsets me that Blaziken's not in the game. I mean, even though it can't Mega Evolve or anything, I still would have liked to have it there. Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, the fact that they turned Stunfisk into a bear trap, I think that's really cool. Like, I like its design now more than I did back when it was in sorry, when it was in Gen 5, but it's still Stunfisk. It's a unique design though, and it was cool when you encounter them in the mines. They'll actually come out at the ground at you and try to grab you like a bear trap would. So that was unique too. It's a better design for it in my opinion. And they do have some clever designs in this game, in my opinion, as well. Like, Galarian's Armanitan. It has the afro and it's ice type and everything, and it makes it look like a snowman, especially when you go into its Zen mode. But, and then you have the Bear Trap with Stunfisk, and you also have, like, Toxtricity, for example, where it's got, like, 6 of the things on it for the amped form, and then it's got 4 on it for the other one, simulating a standard guitar and a bass. So, that's really cool, in my opinion. There were some really clever designs. And Orbeetle, for example, that's another Pokemon I want to try to get. It's like a UFO. I honestly think that's kind of cool. I'm going to take a moment to take a drink. I've been talking for over an hour, and that does a number on my throat. Maybe I should have found another den. Like, I knew this one because I'd fought a Gigantamax Caparaja before. Unfortunately, it did run away. But maybe another den with a little bit of a higher chance, because I think you can only find Gigantamax Caparaja in here rather than just the standard one. And the Gigantamax is something that, while it would be nice to have, it's not really vitally important to me. That is namely because my primary Gigantamax Pokemon, or Dynamax Pokemon, would still be Lucario. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me just go ahead and save real quick, just in case it decides it wants to fall off. And, you know, that's fair. I've actually only fought a Gigantamax one once, not counting the plot, of course. Unfortunately, it ran away. It wasn't my raid to that I joined in on. But yeah, honestly, I don't hate it as much as I thought I would, and the many different forms for it remind me a lot of Furfrou. And Furfrou was interesting. I don't like its other forms, I only like its base form, but having a Pokemon with different forms like that to do different things for its stats and whatnot, honestly, that is kind of cool. Yeah, those were a long time ago, yeah. Those were some of my favorite videos to do, though, and I really miss doing them. I was hoping to get back into stuff like that during Generation 8, but then they did the whole Pokedex cut thing, so kind of ruined my ability to want to do that. But yeah, we'll see. The Generation 8 hacking has honestly gotten really in depth. Like, there's that one video where the guy added like just Digimon to the game, and that was honestly amazing. To be quite honest with you, I don't even play Digimon, but man, that was cool. So we'll see where things go as far as that's concerned. But I do want to move forward if I'm going to still do hack battles kind of thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and just try to catch this one. Hopefully, it has the hidden abilities. And actually, I'm actually going to check on that real quick. It should have the hidden ability available to it, but I'm going to go look it up. I'm pretty sure it was Den 85? Yeah, Den 85. Yes, the hidden ability is possible. Oh good, my controllers are running out of power. I really need to buy more controllers. These ones are kind of broken, and you know, I need a backup just in case something like this happens. So I guess if this is the one that I'm looking for, then I will end the stream on it, just because my controllers are dying. Now, they usually have a fair amount of time. I think the timer is usually about 30 minutes, but we'll still see. See, that's cool about Caparaja, though, is that it kind of drops steel spikes, and like I understand the extra bits for like Gigantamax moves and stuff, but I feel like the Dynamax moves do too much, and you know, it's really unbalanced in some ways. Like, they'll set the weather, raise your stats, and it drops like Stealth Rock or something all in the same move. That's as well as set up a terrain in some cases as well. So I mean, that's 4 different things all at once. So Oof, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh wow, that did a lot. Almost, so close. I just need one with heavy metal. The Machamp guy seems to be taking a while. There you go. I guess he thought it was dead. Alright, so like I said before, I'm going to try to catch this in a heavy ball rather than like an ultra ball or anything like that. And if it pops out, I'm just going to reset. Pretty sure I saved before jumping into this. God, I hope I did. Alright, got in the ball. Let's see if it stays. Or, I mean, if, you know, I can keep it. Alright, so let's give it a look. Ah, dang, again, with the sheer force. Alright, well, guess we just gotta keep going. Oh well. One day I will find it. I will try to keep going until this controller dies, but we'll see. We shall see. Alright, so and the problem is, like, everything is set in stone the moment the raid is there, so you just gotta keep going with it, unfortunately. Still, though, I don't mind setting up raids so people can join in and catch these kinds of things. As it is eventually, probably not this time around, I might, like, put my friend code down there and stuff, accept a couple friend codes and whatnot, and put the raid into a private room kind of thing, and then just have people join in randomly from the stream. But I'm already kind of too deep into it now. So we shall see about that. Maybe in a future one when I'm going for Duraludon or some other Gigantamax Pokemon. Yeah, I like the heavy ball, and I kind of want to catch like most Pokemon in kind of the special Pokeballs, you know, the ones from like Gen 2 that really didn't show up too much, as well as the Dream Ball. The Dream Ball actually came back. That was a Gen 5 exclusive. I'm actually glad the Dream Ball came back, and I do think that they should add more Pokeballs to the game. I know there's a lot, like there's a ton, but like adding one for maybe each and every type, like, you know, that kind of thing. Like, it's cool to see a gym leader using a Pokeball that's specific to whatever it is they're using. Like, for example, I think Alistair was using a Dusk Ball, and Nessa was using a Dive Ball, you know, that kind of thing. But then you just had the others who were, you know, just using Ultra Balls because they didn't have one specific to their type. I think, you know, adding something for each and every type would be kind of cool if they keep that going. Yeah, it honestly probably would be kind of cool to have you guys join in and that kind of thing. But again, maybe for a future one. Because my controller's kind of dying right now, so I'm kind of trying to rush it a little more here. But we shall see. But yeah, I mean, I can't like battle you guys, unfortunately, because of the way that the Wi-Fi system works. So maybe doing raids with you guys instead. Maybe that would be a little more fun. I mean, I guess I could do it on like a delay. Like, I mean, there's already like a 30-second delay on the stream here. For some reason, I'm not 100% certain on why, but you know, maybe that'll be enough. Maybe I can boost that out to like a minute or something. That way you don't know which moves I'm choosing or which Pokemon I'm attacking until after I've already, you know, done the thing. I liked Ultra Beasts. I really did. I thought they were interesting. A little broken in some cases, but honestly, I liked their concept. And I do like that they had to make an entirely new Pokeball to catch them as well. There are several that I like, but there's also some that I don't like. I love Kartana. Kartana's honestly my favorite Ultra Beast. It's just, it fits my playstyle of just attack first and outspeed. Just attack first, ask questions later, that kind of thing. So it's like a literal glass cannon. It's good. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm stumbling over my words a lot right now. But yeah, Kartana is my favorite Ultra Beast. It's a steel type too, and it's a grass steel, which is an interesting typing. I don't like Ferrothorn too much, but that would be the only other grass steel I can really think of off the top of my head. But Kartana, man, I wish Kartana made it into this game. I wish they put the Ultra Beast in the game. Like, I know there's some Pokemon coming back once Home is introduced, but none of the Ultra Beasts made it in, which is kind of upsetting. I really wish that they did have another chance. I haven't gotten any shinies this way. I've only actually gotten 3 shinies in the game so far. I have a shiny Dragapult, which I did actually do the breeding method for. I did the breeding method for all of them, but I only really tried for 2. So I have the shiny Dragapult, I have a shiny Corsola, Galarian Corsola, and a shiny Whimsicott as well. So I've only got 3. I haven't gotten any shinies this way, but you know, if one happens to come across my screen, then I will definitely accept it. I'm not gonna say no. But I'm just really trying to find a just a Copperajah right now. I mean, if it wants to be shiny, I will accept it. But again, it's not really vitally important to me. I might do some streams at a later point where I just kind of, you know, shiny hunt for things. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really the most reactive as far as that's concerned. So my reactions are going to be kind of monotone. Like, I'm like, oh, cool, that's shiny. That's about it, to be honest. I don't, like, jump out of my chair and go, oh my god! You know, this is not something I do. I'm just not one of those people, I guess. I mean, I could fake it. I really could. But I'm not going to. There's no point in faking a reaction, in my opinion. Thanks, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm still looking again. I found 2. Sorry, I found 2 Copperages so far, but unfortunately, they both didn't have their hidden ability, which is really what I'm doing this for. I mean, Sheer Force isn't bad. I don't really remember what it does off the top of my head, but actually, I have a page pulled up. I could just take a look real quick. Where is it? There it is, Sheer Force. Okay, so it increases the power of moves by 30%, but removes the additional effects from them. So I mean that's not terrible, but I would rather keep the bonus for the weight from Heavy Slam, because that's gonna be kind of its main move. So if I can get Heavy Metal, then that'll actually increase the damage for that. But like I have some ideas for the template anyway. Like that entire bottom area down there that's just kind of blank. I think I'm gonna put my friend code down there in a future video, or a future stream, I guess I should say. Again, not used to streaming here, but I guess I could do that. I could put my friend code down there. You guys accept it. I accept you guys from my friends list, and then from there just move forward from that. And you guys can join in on the stream if you see it, or join on the raid if you see it. But yeah, we should hopefully find another one here before the end of the stream. I'm hoping to at least find one more before the end of this, and I might stream more on Thursday, but with all the Christmas and everything, you know, I would love to do it tomorrow as well, but Thursday is probably the best time for that, so I'm really probably not going to be home tomorrow at all. Yeah, I think it would be too, and I would love to do something with you guys. Honestly, I was going to use this generation, or I was going to use last generation to kind of do like Wi-Fi battles with viewers on streams and everything, but I just got too busy, and I didn't really... Gen 7 was weird. I was interested in the competitive scene, but I wasn't overly invested in it, so I just didn't do anything with it. In Gen 6, that probably would have been a better time for me to do something like that, but by then, I don't know, I kind of just lost interest by the end of it. It's weird, but I wanted to do something, sorry, I want to do something with you guys, in future videos and stuff, so I think doing streams would be, or doing raids would be kind of a good thing to do, because, like, again, the battles have that issue where I have to delay the video by at least a minute. That way people don't know what moves I'm choosing, which Pokemon I'm using them on, and that kind of thing. So I don't really like doing that. I might do some ranked battles. I don't normally touch ranked things, like with a 10-foot pole, but I figure I might if I could get my team set up properly. The main thing I need to work on is getting across Trick Room, because my team, it annihilates pretty much anything. But Trick Room is an issue. As it is for my team, I do need to change some of their movesets around and everything. Like, I should probably put Energy Ball on my Whimsicott rather than Psychic. I had Blaze Kick on my Lucario. I still do, currently, but I'm going to swap that out with Shadow Claw if I can. I'm not sure if it has access to it in this game. I'm pretty sure it does. But that's a better option, because the main reason I had Blaze Kick on there was to combat Aegislash, and that was the first thing that came to mind was, oh, put a Fire-type move. So I did, and then I realized that Aegislash is also a Ghost, so, because it can't be affected by Fighting-type moves, and Steel's not going to do much against it either. But if I have a Ghost-type move, then that kind of answers Aegislash there, because a lot of people are using Aegislash right now, like, a lot of people. Yes, I know there's a low battery. Please, just hold off for a little bit. Just a little bit longer. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. We'll see about what I can do in future streams and stuff. And as it is, I really do need to set up a better template, because this one is like kind of covering the game footage a little bit, which honestly isn't bad. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I feel like it might be a little distracting, so I might go ahead and try to do something else later on with that. And I also need to fill up that entire bottom space. Or I might just put my camera over the footage itself, and maybe just have everything blown up the way it should. But I like templates, I really do. As it is, I try to put a template in every single one of my videos. So, yeah, we'll see. We shall see indeed. A lot of this video is just we'll see. But I'm starting here. I'm really trying to get a groundwork set out here, and I figured this was a good place to start. Just kind of talking with you guys, you know, trying to get a Pokemon, that kind of thing. And who knows, maybe I'll go shiny hunting for other Pokemon. I could do some shiny hunting in Let's Go. I really kind of want a shiny Gengar, just because Mega Gengar looks fantastic when it's shiny. I love when shinies just drastically change what they look like before, and just making Gengar full white is really cool, in my opinion. It's one of the better shinies, in my opinion. Even though its regular base form is just kind of not. It's just kind of a small color change. But if the Mega Evolution's good, then that's good. Now, some Pokemon don't do that really right, in my opinion. Like, have you seen Mega Garchomp? That one's not... That one's not a good one, in my opinion. And then that's one that does drastically change the color a bit. Another Pokemon that is a good shiny... Honestly, I would love to have a shiny Dreadnought that can Gigantamax. But, yeah, we'll see if I ever come across one of those. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Oh, nice. Yeah, shiny Umbreon, that one's a good one. Even then, it only changes the yellow to blue, but that's still a drastic change. I like it when shinies are a drastic change from what they normally are. As it is, I'm really not sure why I went for a shiny Corsola. There's a difference, right? And I do like the way the shiny one looks better than the standard one, but there's not much of a difference. It just gets darker, and the eyes change to purple. Been going on for about an hour and a half here. I'm going to try to stream for at least... If I'm going to be honest, I'm going to try to stream for at least 2 hours every now and again. Hear some sirens out there. Yeah, I live close to a couple of hospitals, so you might hear some sirens in the background every now and again. But hey, if I ever need medical attention, it's right there. Well, it's about 10 minutes away, but close enough. I keep getting like little Discord notifications, so I keep checking over there. So yeah, I might change the setup a little bit. That way the camera is on this monitor instead, so I can like kind of look at you guys when I'm talking to you. Because I keep looking over there to read, and then like it is a little bit bad. So we'll see. We shall see where things go with the camera angles in particular as well. Likewise, it's not a widescreen camera. I couldn't figure out how to fix that, but we'll see. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've actually never found a shiny through a horde method, so that's good. You are not. Actually, your presence has given me a Copperajah, so okay. You win, Jaren. You win. Alright, so we found another one. Hopefully, fingers crossed that this one will have the hidden ability I'm looking for. If not, then I guess this will just kind of be the last one of the stream anyway, just because my controller is dying. So yeah, we shall definitely see about that. Actually, wait, I need to go ahead and go back online real quick. Connect to the internet. Did I save? I'm pretty sure I saved, but I'm gonna do it again. Let me load some stamps. So if anyone has a good raid, I'll join it real quick. Oh, dang, give me that. Please. Please. No, this is why I hate it so much. They give you raids that have already been canceled or full. Ah, God, that stinks. Man, I really want a Gigantamax Gengar. I know it's just Mega Gengar 2, but I like the way it looks. Yeah, no, that's a good theme. Yeah, I'm actually really happy they made that one for me, and it's got a little bit of the Kalos Elite Four as the baseline, and honestly, I think that's perfect. I love the Kalos Elite Four theme. Like, if there's one thing X and Y really did right, it was the music. So, you know, little references to it are kind of cool. Alright, but let's check this one out, and hopefully, we can finally get the elephant that we are looking for. But yeah, either way, this is going to be the last one. I'm just going to catch it first. Like, if it pops out of the ball, then I'll fight it again. But, yeah, we hopefully have the right one. Hopefully. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. I'm going to check to see if we can get one more person here. I don't think people like Caparaja too much. Which is kind of surprising to me. I actually kind of like his design. I actually like the concept of it, to be honest with you. It's a very India-based Pokemon. And that's cool because this region is in Britain, and Britain has a lot of ties to India. And, you know, it's cool. I like the concept a little bit. Or a lot, rather. It's taking a while. There we go. I can feel it. I can feel it. This is the one. This is the one. I mean, yeah, it is a weird dog. I kind of just stopped talking. My apologies. I was going for a while, and I just stopped. Cabaraj is really boxy, though. That's both kind of cool and off-putting. I'm the only one that didn't bring a fire type to this. Oh well. Oh wow, that was very slow. I guess that's because it has like 1 health. That animation was slow though. Now it's been destroyed though. I love unnecessary critical hits. It's like it's got it, and that always happens to me too. Like it always has like a little bit of health, and then it's just a crit for no reason. Oh, he named it Lizard on. All right, final turn. I will be actually very surprised if it survives this turn. I mean, that's fair. It is a very slow Pokemon, but that's kind of why I want it, to be honest. Alright, so here we go. Gonna catch it in the Heavy Ball again. Watch this be the one time it pops out. Okay, stayed in. That's good. Now it's. I'm betting it's gonna have Sheer Force. I'm betting on it. I don't know what I'm betting, but I'm betting something. Oof! I was wrong, and thankfully I was wrong. Okay, so finally got the one that I was looking for. All right. Oh man, that took a while. That took nearly 2 hours. So yeah, all right. All right, so that's it. I'm done. That's all we really need to do. My controller's dying. So I guess this is where I'm gonna end the stream. So yeah, thanks guys for joining. Let me go ahead and check the. Nope, nothing really that interesting to me right now. Nothing to update either. So that's it. That is it. I'm actually very happy that that I finally got one with heavy metal. All right, so I will go ahead and just kind of close out the stream right here. Thank you. I appreciate that, Shadow. So yeah, I will go ahead and just kind of close everything out. I know I've said that already, but I'm very terrible at closing things. But thank you all for joining. I do appreciate that. Let's see how many people we actually got on the stream this time around. 12. Nice. That's more than I was expecting, to be honest. So thank you to all 12 of you. Probably all 11, because I assume that one of those is me. But yeah, thank you for joining the stream, and I will see you in the next one. We shall see when I stream next. But yeah, we'll see. And yes, it did take 3 months. 3 months and 3 separate Copperages. So, alright. I'm just going to go ahead and close it. So I will see you all in the next one.